Hi, and welcome to this episode in which I'm thrilled to offer you a reading of the article Certification Roadmap for the Bug Bounty Hunter. It's one of my more popular articles on Medium on my publication, Cyberpower Talanoia. And I'm going to present the map first of all. Here it is. And we're going to get started with the reading in a moment. A few things I'd like to highlight are on here. That there's going to be 9 points in the article. Begin with the intro and the fact that this is all about the specialization for a bug bounty hunter and anyone wishing to enter the field of cybersecurity. Bug bounty hunting, well, cybersecurity in the sense of web application security testing, more on the offensive side of that. And so, yeah, in particular, I found that there's some related entry-level cybersecurity positions that I'll be mentioning. So, but the 9 points include basically, these are headings from the article. So working freelance for any organization, understanding what the body of knowledge is, and seeing that the body of knowledge here highlighted in pink is almost like a higher state of specialization, enlightenment almost. It does come from military and higher than military transnational security interests, even such bodies of knowledge as United Nations Security Council, for example. We're not going to be talking about that at all, but it is influenced. There is a hierarchy of security design on the planet, securing civilization. There's a certification roadmap, which is very significant and very helpful in understanding everything that one does in information security and cybersecurity and deeper, any of the deeper chosen specializations such as web AppSec. So there are free introductory courses that you can find online and offline. They are related here with the yellow lines into deeper introductory courses, which have their own sections. There's entry-level, multi-course, InfoSec Analyst. I starred that one. I believe it's an important mention. And sideways here, deeper realms in that. And along the first 5 points is obviously continuation of working on one's own experience. Now, below this, in the section that I'm showing visually, is CompTIA Security Plus, the Security Foundation certifications that I have for entry-level cybersecurity. And through that, you can understand that the SOC, Security Operations Center Analyst, is an entry position, as well as a Threat Intel Analyst and Certified Incident Handler. And we're going to be mentioning the fact that the Hack the Box Certified Bug Bounty Hunter certification is an interesting direction one can take with lots of resources. And this is how obviously everything relates to Recon. And in this, through the fact that we're testing the security of web applications, this relates to Bitcoin and that whole movement. And all the different acronyms for the titles of the various ethical hacker certifications one can get, from Vulnerability Assessor or VA, Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH, and so on, all the way to what I've called what is called OSWE, and I believe that is almost a secret layer of the security web application testing penetration tester specialization. It's where you actually think of your own exploits, and through that specialize in actual exploitation development and understanding how that happens. Here's so overlooking all this, is the last point I make before we read, is that apparently, with what I found, if you have 10,000 American dollars, you can take a week-long course, apparently, and learn a lot, which apparently some people do, and quite possibly enter and be hired immediately after that, apparently. So there's a way in with, I'm just going to say that way. So let's get to the article here. Here it is. And we'll begin reading in a moment as I put on the stash, as is the case in a lot of the article readings that I do. It's a little game I play because in reconnaissance, you also have to create a sock puppet out of yourself sometimes if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay, back to the article. Here it is. So, certification roadmap for the bug bounty hunter in 2023, which is when I wrote this. Obviously, it's still very relevant, but everything does change every few months now because of the development of the artificial intelligence large learning, language learning models. And here we go. According to Certification Magazine, the top non-technical IT skills are the ability to teach, time management, leadership, emotional intelligence, writing, communication. I'm grateful to be practicing this successfully as you consider this article. As a self-taught junior cybersecurity professional, I have acquired my knowledge mainly by seeking relevant online courses through books or computing sections. I own a dozen of the latest specific web application security books, which I have read and mapped, along with about 100 digital books covering everything from classics to the last 5 years, 2018-2023, in broad human-computer interaction through cybersecurity and into specific bug bounty hunting methodologies. If not entire books, then select chapters or only the table of contents, which tend to offer great outlines of the body of knowledge in a particular direction. Next, I would do the work that matches my aims while documenting the path. I have also worked security at music events and in the film industry, and I have practiced security at various levels when engaged in the treasury of valuables and assets at various organizations. This is a rather large quantity of effort for a mere promise of basic IT employment. From what I can extrapolate based on my decade of experiences in the film industry, which is now under question due to a rapidly advancing AI, it is possible that all this junior cybersecurity work will be replaced by learned machines in the next 5 to 10 years. However, I'm just going to insert there, and I do that in my article readings, that it is obvious to most InfoSec security professionals that I've listened to on podcasts or tuned in to their posts or heard speak at conferences, is that the human aspect will always remain there for context, for alignment, and for safety of what I believe to be moist organic life on Earth and the spiritual realm and so on. Due to my fluency in the Polish language, I completed the excellent Offensive Security Web Application Testing course, which helped me build a framework for my InfoSec to offensive black box web AppSec niche within the cybersecurity industry. I'm going to load that link here in a second. Despite what feels like a vast amount of information and an exceptional skill set, so far this has not translated into suitable employment. Right, so let me show that link there. It's a really great course, and I recommend it to anyone who speaks Polish. Right, so there it is, OTWA in Polish, and that is the link, ofensywnetestowanie.pl. Right. Okay. So as a freelance self-taught security researcher, I decided to look into the certifications within security and employability to solve that dilemma. Here are my findings in 9 points. 0.0. So, to begin, through my technical passion as a freelance bug bounty hunter, I can work for any organization of choice within a listed bug bounty program, such as the U.S. Department of Defense, on a bug bounty platform, such as HackerOne. Let me load that there. HackerOne. You can check it out on your own.com. I can start immediately as the tasks are straightforward. The Polish OSWAT course covered all this. Now, everything depends on my experience. This work can be done on my free time and remotely from a comfortable internet connection. I can also choose from hundreds of companies on various bug bounty platforms. I'll just mention here that there's a great podcast Bug Bounty Reports Explained, BBRE. And Grzegorz Niedziela does a great job there of explaining and interviewing and sharing his experience on his journey as a bug bounty hunter, but also I would say someone going in the direction of mastering life and enjoying his days as he does so, and sharing it with others and building community and so on. So there's a whole world. It's not just an individual personal level of trapping oneself in a room for years to make some money. This is a lifestyle, so there's a lot to it. I'll probably mention this continually here. So now, in bold on the article, with these same skills, in order to be employed with a salary through one company which provides vulnerability assessment and penetration testing services, the approach differs. Unless such a company is in a position to provide employment based on a mere bug bounty hunting portfolio or something other than experience, skills, and certifications, then one has to acquire all of these on the defensive side first and begin as an entry-level Security Operations Center, SOC, analyst or incident responder. Companies won't hire junior or offensive security researchers that nobody knows, for obvious security reasons and because it is possible to cause great damage through ignorant offensive operations. It is also possible that few people with cybersecurity salaries know about how little cybersecurity knowledge from the major certifications is needed, CompTIA, Security Plus, CEH, OSCP, in order to begin hunting for vulnerabilities in websites through bug bounty platforms. I have found that teenagers with basic computer interests in cultures with an accent on intellectual development are able to successfully complete these tasks. Let me load this link in this article. See, Nepali youths take to hunting bugs online. And you have their stories here and images. And from what I've seen in terms of articles being written on Medium and names out there and so on, that the various more so Asian cultures, people from there, youth in the IT sector, they're actually they seem to be more competent and I don't know if I'd say that, but more competent on average to succeed in at a younger age than what I've seen on the European or American side overall. So they care, have a means and motivation. A 16-year-old girl completed the OSCP certification, which is great to see and could possibly be normal. Might this mean there is too much pride among security experts with their years of sacrifice in order to obtain highly complex knowledge in a field that few master? The 16-year-old girl here has written a Medium article, How I Got My OSCP at 16 Years Old by Ali Petit, and so on. And it shows her journey there and her explanation and her, right. So through reading and through the language skills of some of these people writing some of these articles, I can tell that it's not AI, but also not necessarily someone who's English speaking as a first language. It is possible that the industry could choose to respect the fact that people will be learning cybersecurity skills at an increasingly younger age and increasingly faster. As a self-taught IT specialist in the field of web application bug bounty hunting, I found it challenging to seek regular entry-level cybersecurity employment because I have no previous IT experience in an office setting, and there are no web application black box testing roles and no such specializations at any company, whether locally or internationally, that I have found. It would be nice to see if you know of any, let me know. Other than on bug bounty platforms, no company accepts a junior penetration tester who can merely assess vulnerabilities and deliver vulnerability reports. From my experience, I mean, that should not be the case. That's actually, I believe that is actually wrong at this point in time. There's something terribly wrong and very dangerous for society happening. There should be a massive cultural interest in this, massive funding. Yeah, In fact, this series, the Professional Refinement series, is a part of the Local Intelligence main series of the podcast. And this deals with trying to understand the local system on a municipal level, primarily. And therefore the national jurisdiction and how money flows and how, right, so in my case, in order to enter the field of web application security testing at either the public government level or the private sector through businesses or through NGOs, non-government organizations, and I'm finding that there's very few hiring positions unless they are in multinational or transnational consulting companies, which would be great too. It's just there shouldn't be such a competition and such a something needs to change there because within the next few years everything can be attacked. And I'm really glad that I'm recording this and me saying this. That might sound like a conspiracy theory, but unless cybersecurity is seen as part of the actual culture, as in arts and culture, where artists live, in the sense like people who specialize in original, creative, organized, coordinated experience design for others. Information security, cybersecurity, and web application security as the doorway to the virtual realms needs to be deeply considered because it's possibly the main technological safety point that can save cultures. So note that they could, here in the article is what I say, because there are hundreds of thousands of jobs available. In other words, companies should accept juniors at all levels. However, what I've seen at conferences, mostly conferences, is people that are clueless about, almost clueless about IT, but it's certainly cybersecurity, and from all nations. And somehow they go to a hacking conference and they expect to figure out how to be hired soon for some reason. I mean, it is expected that you have an understanding, perhaps such as the one I'm presenting here, as you enter the field of, for example, what it means to be human, what it means to be using technology, and what it means to secure something at a high level, and then going into like, what is it specifically that you feel you could provide value in. So I'll show you the certification roadmap shortly. But it's just not how the world works, possibly because those with cybersecurity businesses are too busy to see that the same reason there are more malicious hackers around is the same reason that there are more ethical hackers around. It is becoming easier to learn the dark side and the bright side. This is also why machine learning is rather scary to those who understand the implications. If you know of any businesses which offer employment to self-taught bug bounty hunters, please let me know. If you run such a company, I wonder about you. I am starting a business along these lines because I know how to construct and coordinate, but I would benefit from mentorship. Right, my business ideas I publish elsewhere, but we'll be including soon in Medium articles and the podcast. Now, the one mentioned here is something for ASPE bug bounty hunters, so those on the highly functioning autistic spectrum who are interested in working together, and I'm trying to put together an NGO, perhaps a sole proprietorship, which I have started in one nation, to have people come together and to work together on bug bounty hunting, right, on HackerOne. Next, with the article. It is unfortunate that as a self-taught bug bounty hunter specializing in black box stealth recon, my skills are too low of a level. The cybersecurity industry would greatly benefit from the right juniors doing the right work at lower levels. It is correct, however, that the risks are too great, that people are possibly too weak as humans to do it right. The only place inexperienced entry-level hackers with an ethical heart could be hired is on zero-risk, non-critical systems. But then there is little business logic to pay anyone for securing assets outside of the organization's threat model. For now, while entertaining an unrelated job and attempting bug bounty hunting, I must also continue to study and apply myself for general employment in cybersecurity at the global entry level. Here's my process for entry-level cybersecurity employment as a bug bounty hunter. 1. Start with the body of cybersecurity body of knowledge. Let's look at this, right? And the CBOC V101. This is huge. So it's helpful to, this is a body of knowledge. So it's just knowledge about security. It's got headings such as introductory concepts, human organizational and regulatory aspects, attacks and defenses, system security, software and platform security, infrastructure security, and so on. And you got various types of documents such as knowledge trees and podcasts that are available on these topics. Okay, that's just understanding the body of knowledge is one thing, and so mapping your skills and interests to this body of knowledge is helpful. I mean, people's careers specialize in just this. So select a direction of specialization. I have always been fascinated with the most accessible offensive security operations on the largest network, the World Wide Web of applications, therefore web application security. That's just me personally. 2. Consider the industry certifications in that direction using Paul Jeremy's certification roadmap. Okay, this is huge. So once you see the body of knowledge and you understand maybe your character and temperament in relation to cybersecurity or info security, then you look at the certification roadmap in your direction. So as I said, for me, it's web application security. So offensive testing. So I'm here on the red side here of this map, but you could be somewhere else. Maybe on the green if you're more interested in being an expert in communication network security. You'd want to start here at the beginner level. See on the lower left side, it says beginner here, then intermediate, then expert. I'm showing you with the mouse. Okay, on the visually. And anyway, so this certification roadmap is extremely useful. I'm trying to load it on the right here. Okay. So, and then, right. So number 3 here, complete beginners can enter the field with the corresponding skills, motivation, and economic means. To start, cybersecurity foundations can be learned using free online courses through various providers. NIST has prepared a list of such sources, the free and low-cost courses. Clicking on that, let's see if it loads. Yeah. Free low-cost online cybersecurity learning content, okay? You check this out. So it's huge, but it's based on the first 2, body of knowledge, then certifications, roadmap, okay? And then based on that, you want to select here, check out the free ones to make sure. This is huge. As you see here, I'm scrolling through maybe 100 courses with links, okay? From a major website, American website, but for international learning. So I have been on my journey in the 1 million free ISC certified in cybersecurity initiative to help 1 million interested people obtain the basic skills to pursue entry-level cybersecurity positions. I'm not sure if this is still going on. It might be, right. So I clicked the link, it could still be. So they offer for the first 1 million people free courses and exams. That's a whole other thing. So number 4, major players such as IBM, Google, and Amazon have their own courses. These can be higher level than the free introductory courses and more in depth. I've liked these. I've done some IBM versions here. These, however, are not final certifications. I completed the IBM Skills Build Cybersecurity Fundamentals. Now I'm looking forward to the next relevant modules. I believe I've done some of those since the article. And let's see if it loads. Yeah, it's loading something on the IBM website. You can collect badges there for completing, some of these security fundamentals. I believe one of these takes 4 hours, I think. Yeah, it's pretty good. It, sometimes I believe some of the learning you can do and it's just logical and makes sense. Let's see here. Okay. Just trying to see here if something shifted. Did something shift on... I wonder if when I was just presenting myself there, if my window was really messed up. Just visually here on the podcast, something technical happened. Okay. Right, so I'm back on the article here. So reading the article, everything's fine. Due to select circumstances, I have a certain understanding of cybersecurity from fields beyond anything known by popular civilian life, including metaphysics and military intelligence. Let's see if what did I... okay, this is... So clicking on metaphysics, it goes to my article on metaphysics. And military intelligence goes to what? Okay, this link in the article goes to the Ministry of Defense, I believe in the UK, Joint Doctrine publication, intelligence, counterintelligence, and security support to joint operations. And these documents are public, and they offer the military doctrines for various nations. I mean, this one's quite interesting. It's the UK, I believe, and it just outlines their approach and how they think. And so cybersecurity comes from these military bodies of knowledge. So the general entry-level comprehension is a very narrow field. So having to find the basics has been as baffling to me as might be the opposite direction for the vast majority. Helpful may be to follow a generic trail of cybersecurity employment information by Coursera, a popular online learning platform. Clicking the link should take us right to their general webpage, and then if we want to learn, I'll type in cybersecurity. And so here you see like many different IT fundamentals for cybersecurity, Python for cybersecurity, and so on. Some of these are paid, some of these are free. I've also used Udemy and so on. So here's the sequence, back on the article, here is the sequence of knowledge mapping one may follow. So A, select entry-level IT. All right, on Coursera, right. B, select cybersecurity multiple course series, all about security in 100 hours each. So the IBM professional certificate, for example, again on Coursera. C, select the most specific and basic entry-level role in IT, cybersecurity, which is information security analyst. All right. So on Coursera, continuing how to become an information security analyst, salary, skills, and more. Right. So you're going deeper. Your ABC here again is entry-level IT, then IBM professional certificate, and then C, information security analyst, and then D, consider the discussion of deeper cybersecurity certificates on Coursera. Right. So you're going from shallow to deeper just on Coursera, right? So that's what I mean by following a generic trail of cybersecurity employment information. Some of these are articles with links and smaller specific coursework, but it's not like deep, major months of study as you would do at college. This is more like can be even part-time hobbyistically at home. I believe you could probably read this ABCD stuff within a week after work. Okay, so now looking into the specific IBM skills build sequence for employability. Right, so okay, I'm not going to go into this, but you can see here. Right, so within this list, you have another list, right? So within the IBM skills, so you start here, then you go general free courses, my particular course, and then IBM teaches what I do as a bug bounty hunter. IBM does have its own vulnerability assessment of a website 4-hour course. Okay, but it's not the deeper like certification that you would get from a certified bug bounty hunter on Hack the Box. This is just a 4-hour general assessment, and it's more like about what you would do if you were really studying it deeply. So, note on the article here, if one plans to spend an entire 30-plus year career in a slow advancement within offensive web application security testing, one might never study for any certification, but rather take the exams only if needed, having enough acquired experience to be able to solve all problems in the field. However, if we do live in a time where we might only have a few years left of civilization due to the rapid for-profit advancement of self-evolving quantum artificial intelligence. Just a note here that businesses get sued by their shareholders if they don't advance their advance their technology and enhance their profit faster than their competitions. Let me say that again. Businesses are not liked by their investors, by people who support the businesses, when they don't continue to increase their profit yearly, if not quarterly. So who is really malicious at this point if the rapid advancement of technologies and profiteering is causing world disruption on the human psychological level, because eco panic is a real thing, and on the actual ecological destruction aspect through manipulation of energy resources and so on. That is what the Bitcoin Security Maps podcast is all about. So I'm just stating something that came to mind here as I was reading this. This is a problem which most likely will not be resolved, considering a multidimensional mapping of cybersecurity threat intelligence. That just links to a previous article of mine. Therefore, I do not recommend planning to spend more than 5 to 10 years in the field without major changes happening in civilization, in which the internet could easily be altered in a dramatic way beyond memes. But completing these certifications while pursuing knowledge in machine learning might be of benefit. 5. In this section, I present the certifications that matter to the machines that process curriculum vitae, or CVs, /resumes, and cover letters. Heading. For all general cybersecurity employment, based on my research about employment that may correspond with my digital nomad lifestyle, as per the road mapping towards offensive security operations, as can be seen on the security certification roadmap, starting at the bottom center, beginning in IT, and moving upwards towards the offensive side in the right corner, expert ethical hacker, my selected route could be as follows. Right, so what I just read there is the fact that you go from bottom to the right here as a web application security tester on this roadmap. So for major accreditation, I have selected the CompTIA security certification. Click the link here, and it's a whole open your door to cybersecurity career with CompTIA Security Plus. So I've taken this course, about $500 US for what? A few $100? No, but I don't know, $150 for the textbooks with all the digital information versions and things I actually explain in a separate podcast episode and article, so I'll leave it for that. Right, so this certification seems like an overall accepted marker of competence for all entry-level cybersecurity employment. I had to browse through many articles to get to this conclusive summary in the summer of 2023. One needs to ascertain it is the most recent version of the knowledge. Aside from the official website, there exists literature in different formats: informational, coursework, exam study guides, free PDF book downloads, and specialized courses for the exam preparation. At the writing of this article, I said I will be purchasing the official book format and online assistance through Station X, another leader in assisting people with their cybersecurity training and careers. Station X is great. I've been on their trail since 2018. Did some courses there. Before CompTIA Security Plus, it seems A Plus is the most basic related certification, followed by Net Plus. I hope to bypass these certifications with my years of freelance experiences in IT, but I do plan to use the contained knowledge as reference. So, right. Continuing here. 1. CompTIA Security Plus, $350. Time estimate by winter 2023. Right, so I have course preparations for that I planned on using. I described this more in the specific article about it. For bug bounty hunting, for practical skills, I plan to complete the bug bounty hunter modules on Hack the Box for about $500 a year in order to amplify skills for bounties on HackerOne and simultaneously apply to global employment. On the mentioned roadmap, the HTB CBBH skills path is ranked higher than the CEH. Right? Let's see if I can load it here. So here it is, HTB. Hack the box CBBH was right here, as I show you with the mouse, and then where's CEH? Well, if you can see it, so it said it's higher. Yeah, well, where's right here? Certified Ethical Hacker is down here, right? And Hack the Box CBBH is up here, right? But as you see, it, yeah, you can play with that. Okay, so back here, so right, for entry-level cybersecurity employment, the free available courses from the NIST list, in particular the previously mentioned ISC2 Cybersecurity Foundations and IBM Skills Build. All right, so for example, SOC Analyst from EC Council, right? I feel that this is a great course. And so on. For web application security testing, in my estimates, each study period for any certification given a general prerequisite readiness is about 3 months and deep experience. I might take some easy basic vulnerability assessor certificates to start with the journey. After this, I hope to pass the CEH, OSCP, and possibly OSWE. I know that these are not academic certifications, but rather take long experience in the field to master. For an excellent overview of what it takes for OSCP success, please take notes from this informative video by David Bombal interviewing Reina Khalil in The Best Hacking Courses and Certs, Your Roadmap to Pentester Success. I believe, yeah, this is a YouTube video and so on. They do a great job with that. Right, and so here I continue to list, right, a path. 1. Vulnerability Assessor. 2. CompTIA Pen Test. 3. CEH. 4. OffSec Web Assessor. 5. GIAC. 6. OffSec Certified Professional. And 7. OffSec Web Expert. By the time I get there, within a few years, the world of IT will have changed through rapidly advancing technologies. These have been taken into account because it might be the last time humans are able to learn and reason with these tools before the onset of AI law enforcement. 6. Overall, it is best to gain the experience naturally by doing the work in one's field before obtaining the certification. Yet, similarly to other primary industries such as energy, housing development, or the film industry, which I know well after 15 years, often those with the means simply pay for quick training for top positions by top specialists. Any of these bodies of knowledge pertaining to certificates can be taught in about 1 week by the right teachers with the right students. Again, I'll say that again. I found that from my research there, if you've been raised a certain way to be able to use the mind and pay attention and have a capacity for learning and taking information and noting it and moving on. And again, what I've written here says, any of these bodies of knowledge pertaining to certificates can be taught in about 1 week by the right teachers with the right students. That is possibly also with the right economic means. So if you're an affluent individual, as I've seen, and then that's all one needs. So we're mostly gathering information for the average to below average civilian who just wishes to learn somehow with their computer, with access to the internet and their own at-home resources, perhaps. So continuing here with the article, then one has to practice for the exams and take the exams for another fee, not to mention gain more experience if necessary. One may consider taking a $10,000 6-day SANS course or 12-week Lighthouse Labs boot camp. Let me click on these links. That's one link, and here's the other link. Let's see. Right, so for those who don't necessarily believe me, here is, right, so it's the SEC 542 Web App Penetration Testing and Ethical Hacking. It's a 6-day in-person course, says right here. Enables students to assess a web application security posture and convincingly demonstrate the business impact should attackers exploit the discovered vulnerabilities, and so on with the description here. And you have course authors and experts, register now, course demo, what you will learn, and so on. Whole list of everything about this course. And it takes 6 days. Where's the price? Just so you believe me here. Wow. Somewhere in there. Okay, let's see if the price is listed here. Online Cybersecurity Bootcamp with Lighthouse Labs is another option. Okay. Immersive full-time 12 weeks or flexible part-time 30 weeks. Right. Where does it mention specifically what this is? Right. You can become the security analyst, incident responder handler, or security researcher. And right. And so on. Right. So here you have the prices. Okay. 12 week is the... Oh, it's not 14,000 for the moment. It's 3,500. The 30 week is not 14,000. It's 11,500. Okay, well, that's good, and so on. Right. Okay. So, okay. On a final note, here's how certification may affect salaries. So, you could be interested in this salary survey 2022. Is this? What is this about again here? Right. Yeah. This is. Yeah, certifications, they seem to be related to security. Is that what yeah, security certifications and their average salaries there and salary information. That's an interesting chart there if you're concerned or if you have a certain lifestyle you want to continue. Okay, and then finally, number 8 here, point. Ultimately, my employees will be doing the work when I run my own company, integrating ethical hacking with the mentioned advanced technologies of the day, such as AGI, and artificial life, such as VR with mixed and augmented reality, such as Web3 with this decentralization, such as Bitcoin for financial sovereignty, such as quantum computing and new clean fuelless electrical energy sources. And this completes this article. I've filed it under keywords such as bug bounty tips, certification, web app security, cybersecurity training, and SOC analyst. On Medium. So I hope this thrilling ride through the Bug Bounty Hunter certifications roadmap that I devised here has been helpful to you in some way. Again, feel free to contact me if you have any questions or if you wish to see where I'm at any point. It's been Maddie K here with Cyberpower Talanoia. And, I'm signing off. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, make sure to check out bitcoinsecuritymaps.com. Offer your support over the Nostr clients that we're at. And I use that protocol because I can have my own private key that I created connected to the public key through which I publish on there, so you can know that that is directly related to me and to any Bitcoin Lightning Network support that you offer through Satoshis and sending those my way. You can rest assured that they support the future development of this podcast, which will quickly be heading into very specific Bitcoin security mappings, and that you can tune in to also through Value for Value podcasting and apps such as the Fountain FM app through which you can support your favorite podcasts such as this one. That's it for now. I will see you at the meetups.